What's going on, everyone? I'm just an amateur Canadian on my journey to hopefully one day get over to Germany for Oktoberfest or just experience the amazing culture over there. Let's check this out. Why Germans love no speed limits, Autobahn explained. Are you seriously telling me that there's no speed limit at all on the Autobahn? That's crazy because North American drivers... Wait, I'm from Canada, near Vancouver, British Columbia, and we have some of the worst drivers on the planet. The stupidest drivers. Just total imbeciles on the road. They give a license to literally anybody. You go in, 15 minutes later you're walking out with a driver's license. It's crazy. They've improved lately, but drivers are impatient, not skilled, and frequently get into accidents. So let's check it out. The German Autobahn. This should be good. Let's check it out.
The adrenaline is pumping, man. Germany is literally the only developed country where cars like this can go as fast as they can.
550 horsepower, baby. I like it.
This is insane. Why even bother building them in the UK when they can't do it over there? But anyway, that's what we're going to find out today about Germany and
Very
why
true.
I am so obsessed with speed.
You know what the speed limits are on my highways here, where I live? 110 kilometers per hour.
As a German, you grow up knowing that faster is better. From racing toy cars with my younger brother to my dad basically pushing everyone off the street who's not doing 200 kilometers an hour.
And the German car industry makes you believe that
I don't think I've ever gone 200 kilometers an hour unless I was in an airplane.
And we've got the perfect racetrack to do it. Our beloved German Autobahn. Yeah.
They don't look like they're going too fast.
The first real Autobahn was opened in 1932 between Bonn and Cologne. It had a speed limit of 120 kilometers per hour. Then the Nazis took power and claimed they had built the first one, and they insisted on calling it Reichsautobahn.
Of course.
The Nazis also got rid of all the speed limits. The only time they came back was from 73 to 74 during the oil crisis, and it was set at 100 kilometers an hour. And the government even wanted to keep it, but the federal states absolutely did not. Now it's just 100 again. How am I supposed to drive this car out if there's 100 kilometers limitations everywhere?
The sad reality is you can't go flat out everywhere on the German Autobahn.
Well, we're supposed to drive in very fast, and instead we're stuck in a traffic jam, and that's also a reality of the glorious German Autobahn.
Yes, we do have traffic jams and construction sites as well.
Is my perception that there is this perception that the Autobahn has limited amounts of accidents, or at least smaller amounts of accidents, but these images of highways actually look quite similar to some of the ones that we have in metropolitan areas in Canada, and accidents are frequent mainly because of stupidity, not so much the design of the highways. It's interesting though, there's a lot of 100 kilometer speed limits, so that's the same there. People here, there'll be a 110 kilometer speed limit. People will frequently go up to 140 kilometers per hour as long as there's no police around. You'll get a ticket if you're going 140, so you're safer sticking at about 120, 122, and then the police probably wouldn't give you a ticket. I don't know.
In Germany. Even worse, about a third of the German Autobahn has speed limits, and it's recommended that you drive 130 kilometers on the other parts. Recommended.
I thought there was no speed limit.
You can't get fined if you drive faster.
Recommended.
But why 130?
I like it. I like it a lot.
Because in 1970 alone, more than 20,000 people died on Germany's roads, which got the conversation going about speed limits.
I guess so.
In 1977, a large-scale comparative study concluded a speed limit reduces crashes by 9 to 11% and deaths by 20 to 23%.
But a specific speed limit was a no-fly with the German public. and the hugely influential automobile club ADAC even campaigned against it. So we ended up with a recommended speed limit of 130.
To find out how bad high-speed crashes really are,
So you really can't get a fine or a ticket for going 200 kilometers per hour, say, on that the recommended 130 highway? So how many lanes are typically on this highway? Is it like 4 lanes, 3? We have a lot of 2-lane highways, but we're in a smaller part of Canada. I know in Toronto they'll have wider highways, and typically the fast vehicles obviously are on the left, so they can go speeding by, and then you have the slow people on the right. But the problem is you get stupid people who are not perceptive or very smart. They'll go in the fast lane slowly, and you have people going fast. It just creates accidents, right? So this is interesting.
I'm taking an accident researcher for a spin in my ridiculously overpowered Jag. Siegfried Brockmann has been reviewing car accidents for over 15 years for German insurers, the people that pay for all those crashes.
At
Traffic
the speed we're at
analyst.
now, you would automatically lose your driving license.
He's joking, of course, right? But for someone who researches accidents for a living, well,
Yeah, that's more like it.
he loves speed. He's German after all. But let's get serious again. What does crashing at higher speeds actually mean?
It means you die.
In the formula for kinetic
I mean-
energy, velocity has a quadratic effect.
Or you're gonna
that
be
means that an increase of just
seriously
10
injured.
kmh creates proportionally a much higher amount of energy.
So even driving just a little bit faster greatly increases the risk of life-changing injuries or worse. Studies estimate that every extra kilometer per hour pushes the number of crashes up by 4%.
But it is also true that there are other countries that have a speed limit in place and still more people die per month than in Germany.
Just look at the Czech
So is it more so an educational piece of how people drive?
Republic, the United States and Italy, for example. But the UK and Denmark also have speed limits and fewer deaths per month.
The problem is that these statistics are barely comparable because of so many variables like road condition, types of vehicles driven, and visibility.
One thing is for sure, Germany's car industry does not want a general speed limit. It pushes the sales pitch Autobahn tested like a drug to all you people outside Germany who want to drive mind-blowingly fast cars and still feel safe. Feel safe? Yeah. Until you don't.
Any weakling can drive at 250 km/h.
You know what? I've been in a bad vehicle accident. It wasn't my fault. I was T-boned by a vehicle that was going probably 110 kilometers an hour. I wasn't exactly T-boned, but I was hit. So that's my vehicle. I was hit at about right here, and I did a full 360 after getting smashed. Luckily, I was not injured. Very, very lucky. The guy ran a red light. But the impact velocity was tremendous. Tremendous impact velocity. So I can't imagine what an accident would be like going closer to 200 kilometers an hour. And I don't see how you could survive unless you have some sort of Kurt Russell stuntman vehicle from Death Proof.
I think he means me. Even for good drivers, things can go sideways very fast. Siegfried thinks change must come.
So I think we need a speed limit that most people would accept. I think that would be 150 kilometers an hour. That would still allow us to get from A to B as fast as possible, and most people don't go faster than that anyway.
The growing concern for the environment and the shift to electric might get Germany to a speed limit a little bit faster. Maybe even quicker than the US changes its gun laws. I mean, electric is cool and everything, but you can't go flat out for long without nuking the battery.
So the German speed limits?
Yes!
Keep your hands off our speed limits. Or like the Americans with their guns. Speed limit rights.
It's a spirit, baby! Jesus, I'm such a fan of speed. I mean, the acceleration.
So am I, man.
Listen
I totally agree. Like, going really fast is exhilarating, and people love it.
to this. This is insane.
Obviously, the Germans love it.
But driving at speeds unfit for the situation
I relate.
is a major reason why people die on the German Autobahn. And to be honest, driving for 200 kilometers an hour in a straight line gets really boring after some time.
Yeah.
So if you want to have the time of your life and go far,
There's a very good point he's making, right? Like, going too very fast on a straight line it looks like you're going slowly, really. Like, you look to the side of the road, things are going, like, it's not that exciting. I think the exhilaration comes from just putting your foot down on that gas pedal and just feeling that engine, you know, like, that acceleration. That's where you get the exhilaration.
do it on a racetrack. Like
Yeah.
my colleague Ronnie did. Over here or here.
All right, bucket list. Drive on the German Autobahn when I get to Germany. Hell yeah. All right, good stuff. Thanks for watching. We'll see you very soon. Thank you for joining me on my journey to Germany. And yeah, hopefully me and the wife can get over there. It's a dream of mine, for sure, on a European trip. And a stop in Germany. All right, later.